Hi, in this video we are going to find the rolling average of steps. Hello, I am Jagan. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in SQL with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. Now the question we are going to address in this video is, we are given the user steps for multiple days. We have to find the rolling 3-day average of steps for each user. If there is any missing rows in between, then you skip that date. If you see the table name is going to be steps, and it got user ID, the steps date, and the count of steps. Let's create the table. Okay, so if you see the row first in 9.2, if we want to find the rolling average of 3 days, we need to have the 9.1 and 8.31, which you don't have, so we don't consider the date. For 9.4, we need to have 9.3 and 9.2. So 9.3 is missing, so we are not going to consider it. For 9.5, we need 9.4 and 9.3 for 3-day average. 9.3 is missing, so we don't consider it. So what are the records which are valid? So 9.6, we have 5 and 4, the continuous 3 days, and 9.7, we have 3 days, 5, 6 and 7. Same way for user 2, it's 6, 7 and 8 is valid, and for user 3, 9 is valid, 7, 8, 9, and then 8, 9, 10, right? So 10 is valid. So we have only 5 days which are valid in this case. Let's disable this and we go for the SQL part of it. So we can do it in 2 ways. First, we can try our normal aggregate function. Okay, so what you are going to do is, we are going to do a self join from steps A. We are going to do a left join because we are missing few dates, right? So we do a left join. So the user ID has to match, and then the date difference between the primary table and the secondary table, left join secondary table, should be 0 to 2. For example, if you see 9.6, when you do a self join, it connects with 9.6 for the another left join table. So 9.6, 9.5, 9.4. The difference between 9.6 and 9.6 is 0. 9.6 and 9.5 is 1. 9.6 and 9.4 is 2. So the interval between A dot steps date and B dot steps date between 0 and 2. The syntax for date diff is end date and start date. Okay, if you change it, it's going to screw up. I will just explain to you how it's going to be critical to make sure you do only the end date and start date. The end date should be from the primary table, the steps A. The start date should be from the secondary table, which is steps table B. Okay, let's run it, and we need some space to run it. Okay, so if you see this date 9.2, right? 9.2, it matches only with 9.2. There is no previous record. For 4, it matches only with 4 and 2, but you are missing 3. For 5, again it's 5 and 4, because the difference between 5 and 9.2 is going to be more than 2, right? And 6, it connects with 3 dates, 6, 5 and 4, and for 7, it connects with 7, 6 and 5. So these 2 are valid. The same way it goes with other records, right? So if you see this, the date connects with the previous days, right? But if you change the table flow from the primary table to the secondary table, okay, so the secondary table has the end date and the primary table is going to have the start date. If you use this, what happens is, instead of getting the previous 3 days, right, it's going to get the future 3 days. 9.2 will match with 9.4. You can just do order by 1, 2, 3. So that way you can get some proper display. Okay, so 9.2 matches with 9.2 and then matches with 9.4, right? 2, 3 and 4. It goes to the future 3 days. So 9.4 matches with 9.4 and 9.5. So when you do a rolling average, always we go back 2 days and do the rolling average. You don't go for the future dates. So you have to be mindful that you should not use the secondary as the end date. Okay, so that is the key here. And then this works. Now what we are going to do is we are going to do the unwanted columns to be deleted. So here when you see the data, the primary table is having the date which connects with 3 different dates, right? So it's valid. So we don't need the secondary table step date. We need only the primary tables user ID, primary tables date. And the date difference we already used in the filter condition. And then we want to get the average, right? So let's see count star how many records are in between. We need 3 records, right? And then for the steps count, we don't need the A, we need the B dot count, right, as rolling average. So if we see the records, the A, this is the future one, okay, the date A is going to get okay, here is going to have the secondary table count matches. If you see for 5, right, for 6, okay, for 6 the primary table is going to be the same record. It connects with the 3 previous records in the secondary table. So we consider the steps count from the secondary table, not from the primary table. You have to make sure which column you have to use. Okay, this is a rolling average. Since we use the aggregate function, we say group by 1 and 2, and then let's run it. So you see for 9.2 it's 1 record, for 9.4 it's 2 records, only 6 and 7 which are valid has 3 records, right, 3 consecutive days. So we got the record. To filter out only those days which has 3 consecutive days, we are going to have a filter condition. Since we have aggregate, we use having count. Okay, we don't want to display the count, right? So we just say count star equal to 3. Okay, this will get you only those dates which got 3 consecutive days. Okay, so the main key here is you have to know which one should be the end date, which one should be the start date, and then we have group by based on which user ID and which date, primary or secondary, and then count the filter 3 records part. Okay, so this is a normal aggregate function. So what if you want to do a Windows function? In previous videos we tried rank, dense rank. I think a couple of videos we use count star in the Windows function. In this video we are going to try something called lead function lag. So lag means it goes behind 2 records, which is supposed to be the difference we showed. If it's A dot step and B dot step, right? So if we change it, it goes to forward, which is lead. And if you have the proper way, it's a lag. So it goes back. Let's see how the lead and lag function works. Okay. So we can put this the bottom so we can check the data. Okay, so we can get the steps table. I'm lazy to type all. Select from the steps table. We are going to have user ID, steps date, and then we are going to introduce a function called lag. Okay. In that lag, we just say over partition by user ID. Remember, partition will reset that, and then order by steps date. This as previous, we need 2 days. How will you get the previous 2 days? We just said lag, but he never mentioned we need 2 days. So what you have to do is get the lag of steps date with 2 records behind. So what this will do is, it will go to the first record and it will check the previous 2 records. You don't check the date. The previously we consider the date 949392, but the lag, what will do is it counts the record number. Okay, so 94 we have only 1 record, but 95 we have 2 records, 94 and 92. For record 6, 94 is the second record. For record 7, 95 is the second record. You don't consider the date, it consider only the row order. That's why we just put order by the steps date, right? So we partition by the user ID. We can just say order by user ID and steps date is not going to make any difference because we already partitioned it. Okay, it goes way beyond, so we can just do this way. Okay, so let's see if we can run the code. Okay, now if you see this, the start day is 9/2, right? And then look for the second record from 9/2. So there is no 2 records behind. For 9/4 we have only 1 record, so 9/4 is null. For 9/5 the previous second record is 9/2, so it gets the date as 9/2. For 6 the second previous is 9/4, so it exactly gets the second previous record. Okay, again it's not the date value, it's the row order. Now we can get the current row and what is the 2 records behind that, and we can get the date difference. And the previous one we said the date diff of end date and start date. What if you change it, right? The same logic goes good. Okay, so instead of lag function there is something called lead function, which is next to 2 days. This is a record. Instead of saying record, you can just say next 2 records, right? Which is more meaningful. Okay, if you run this for 9/2, it will go to the bottom one, 9/4 and 9/5. So it get the 9/5 as the second record. So if you see the next 2 one, 9/5, and 9/4 the next second record is 9/6, and for 9/5 the second record is 9/7. 9/5 it's 9/7, 9/5 it's 9/7. Okay, so other 2 we don't have any 2 records because it's go to the user 2, right? So we don't need the next value, we always want the previous values. So we ignore the lead function for now. Okay, it's just to understand how the lag function works. Now we want to get the average, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to find the average of the steps count over same partition. Where is my cursor? Okay, so the same partition, but the average we have to get the 2 records. Remember, now we have a lag which gets the 2 records, but how will I get the next 2 records? We just say order by this rows between 2 preceding and current row. So preceding and succeeding, right? So preceding is the previous one, succeeding is the future one. So we need the current data like 9/6 and then the previous 2, okay, and then you get the average. Okay, You understand that, right? So average of step count based on the previous 2 records, and then the current row, the previous 3 records. Okay. So now let's run this and see the records. Okay, we don't have the column alias name, that's why. As rolling average, let's run it. Let's see. Okay, so if you see this, for 9.2 there is no previous record, for 9.5 there is something. So now it gets all the dates if you have 2 dates, right? So for 9.5 we have 9.4 and 9.2, but we should not consider the 9.5 and 9.2 because the date difference is more than 3, right? So we have the record, we make sure the current date and the previous 2 records date difference should be 3, it should not more than 3. But since we use the Windows function, as I said, MySQL don't have the qualify extra filters, so there is no other option, we have to go for the CTE table. 3 rows check. Okay, we just keep it as a CTE function. We just get select user ID, steps date, and then our rolling average from our CTE table. So only filter we have to use is where the date difference between the steps date and the previous 2 record is just a date meaningful. I don't know which one makes me sense, but you can just decide yourself. Steps date minus previous 2 records date, you can just say date, the difference should be 2, right? Previously our example we did 0 to 2, right? 0 to 2, but here since we have the exact 2 dates, we just say the difference should be 2. We can just order by 1, 2 to make sure the rows are ordered. Hopefully there's a syntax error. Okay, so if you see this, you get 9, 6 and 7, and we have 8 for user 2, 9 and 10 for user 3. So it's again a simple approach to use a normal aggregate function or the Windows function. Only thing is you have to understand the key functionalities, like how to use the lag function, how to use the date diff function, how to use group by and having filters, right? So it's simple. Only thing is you have to focus on the question and you have to know which approach to take. Hope this is helpful. Thank you. Bye.